So my fridge kept making noise on and off while I was recording this video, so that's what you hear in the background sometimes. Yay! On to the spiel.
Many women throughout history knew their way around yarn, thread, and needles. Years passed, the world changed, and what was seen as a necessary life skill by my great-grandmother became a novelty to me. Novelty is a bit of a strong word here. I knew hemming a dress or crocheting a blanket was possible. It wasn't hard to find examples of my grandmother's handiwork. But my childhood attempts at studying these skills ended in me succumbing to boredom after 20 minutes, then redirecting my attention to watching TV, reading books, or eating dirt. Which wasn't really an issue most of the time. While no tension existed between me and my friends who could sew, I'd be lying if I said there were never any strange interactions with some grown-ups. It wasn't a common occurrence, but the handful of times it did happen was a handful too many. I don't think they meant any harm by going out of their way to emphasize my friend's ability to sew and how it seems so rare for girls your age. A lot of them could be described as older and probably excited to see kids take an interest in stuff that was popular back in the day. Also, they were kind of right. However, I don't think the needlepoint girlies appreciated being used as a catalyst to subtly, or inadvertently, diss the rest of their generation. And watching adults flock to a child like Pavlov's dogs to the dinner bell because she knew how to patch a hole in her sweater was a little unsettling. This brings us to an aspect of these experiences I hesitate to mention for fear of certain individuals getting weird. My attention span wasn't the only factor contributing to the abbreviated tries at fiber crafting. Honestly, it was fun taking a peek into the efforts behind creating beautiful works of art. Part of me was sincerely looking forward to advancing my abilities. True as that may be, it's surprising how quickly a benign interest in embroidery can lead to being bombarded with archaic rhetoric that's highly disagreeable at best and completely nonsensical at worst. It was very disheartening to be shoved into a chokehold of expectations and behaviors of a woman who is comfortable utilizing cotton strings to connect chunks of more cotton. Fantasies I didn't embody, was never going to embody, and have no intention of embodying. Frustrations were compounded because each time I tried to voice the stated discrepancies, the cotton chunks I'd be working on were held in a death grip as proof the bizarre preconceived notions were facts, and my meanness was attributed to denial. How much grace I can give to these people is debatable. I don't want to believe the crux of these conversations were intended to be harmful, but it's hard not to believe it when you're hurt by the crux of these conversations. Especially when evidence of being hurt by the crux of these conversations is served on a silver platter. There's only so much psychic damage you can take before you need to reevaluate your life choices. Despite my desire to learn the ways of stabbing cloth, it was clear there wasn't any place for me in those circles. Consequently, I stopped pursuing it altogether. As an adult, I've seen humans who don't check imposed cloth stabbing prerequisites make amazing work, either to have an income or to simply enjoy the process. For funsies! Almost like picking up a hobby is nothing more than a thing you can do, and anybody who reads too much into it needs to just chill out. In other news, Christmas is gonna be lit.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you liked it, share it with a friend and spread the joy. If you didn't like it, share it with a friend so you guys can hate me together. Because misery loves company.